As a photographer, that's the shot you always wanted to get. But they always turned around and you never got it. But listen, this is a huge crowd. I always wondered what it looked like from here, because I'm always down there looking up. Anyway, I know we're running over, so I'll skip that part. You know, photographers are seen but rarely heard from, so I had to make notes. I was worried I was going to fluff it. I'm still nervous, but I want to thank the CJF for such a generous honor. Merci, je suis très heureux d'être ici pour accepter cette récompense magnifique. Une vie qui a passé tellement vite, je me demande, à mon âge, que je suis ici. Mais je vais accepter ce prix avec satisfaction sincère. I want to say thank you again in English. Well, I have to say this award for achievement also belongs to 3 women that came here with me tonight. My wife Diane, my daughter Trey, and my other daughter Kim. And I'm sure most of you in this business have had the same experience. Many birthdays, anniversaries, Christmases missed. And being an absentee dad was difficult. It was difficult putting down rules, because I remember one time telling my oldest daughter no to a sleepover. And she looked at me and she said, you know, for a guy who's not around much, you sure know how to take charge. Ouch. But I think I'm forgiven tonight, right? Thank you. Now, I've been in this business for almost 50 years, 2 years shy of 50. I've had a great time, and I owe much of it to my managers and editors. They gave me the opportunities that have brought me here tonight. Keith Kincaid and Mel Suffren, people you know, were my first chiefs of photos at CP. They let a novice teenager cover Parliament Hill with a used camera and an insatiable drive for new experiences. They started me on this journey, and I owe so much to their faith in me. In the second half of my career at Maclean's, I worked for great people like Kevin Doyle, Bob Lewis, Tony Wilson-Smith, Ken White, all excellent journalists, motivators, great leaders, and I'm honored to call them my friends. Teaching photography now at Ryerson, I get the question from students, are images important in reporting the news? Really? And my response is absolutely. Crucial. Photos and video are both absolutely crucial for effective news coverage. I believe, as a photographer, I would speak this way, that people know, maybe they understand the news when they read it, but when they see the video and the pictures, they believe it. Seeing is believing. As a photographer, I have to apologize to 99.9% of the people in this room. But images can be powerful. They've helped influence public opinion and government policies. From Vietnam, when we saw Kim Phuc running down the highway after Nick Hood took that photograph, Eddie Adams taking the execution on Saigon Street by the police chief, and Doug Ball, my colleague from Canadian Press, who incidentally was best man at my wedding. I thought I was the best man, but anyway. Doug Ball's picture of Bob Stanfield fumbling the football and fumbling the election to Pierre Trudeau. And then, more recently, Fred Chartrand from Canadian Press, that lovely picture of our Prime Minister, Canadian Press, they're over there, wonderful people. Anyway, see, you made me lose my train of thought. But that's okay. Fred Chartrand has this wonderful picture, this warm, fuzzy handshake with his son as he took him to school. Now that affected a lot of people's opinion of our Prime Minister. We saw today a picture of the current leader of the Liberal Party with his kids rolling down the hill. And I thought to myself, geez, I'd love to see that with Harper. I apologize to my conservative friends. I used to work for the party, so I still have some friends. Now, when I began taking pictures, photographers had to carry darkrooms in suitcases. How often I remember working those hours after midnight, developing pictures in a hotel washroom, washing my prints in the sink and the bathtub, and then scanning 2 or 3 pictures for a day's work. Today, I can send a whole day's work in 3 minutes from a laptop. via the internet. The work is not only being seen faster, but by more people. And most importantly, it's keeping more people better informed. I consider myself very fortunate to be able to continue doing what I love, and now doing it much faster. As a matter of fact, the Toronto Star was out here tonight taking pictures, and 30 seconds later, it was on their blog. Live blogging, it's called. Amazing. To think, as a 17-year-old, scrawny kid wearing his dad's tie, is now 65 years old, with a digital camera and a cell phone, getting the greatest accolade he could ever imagine. I'm humbled, I'm grateful, and I thank you again. Good night.